Hi everyone, Comic Reviewer here. This time we're reviewing on Aladdin, The Return of Jafar. Now, as you know, Aladdin, The Return of Jafar was Disney's first attempt on doing a first Disney direct-to-video animated film, and this film was originally supposed to be a kind of TV special, as well as being the backdoor pilot to the Aladdin TV series. Now, the premise of the film is meant to take place 1 year after the first film, where basically Aladdin is now welcomed into the palace of Agrabah, as well as taking on Arbus and his thugs and giving to the poor. And pretty much with the film itself, what it does is that it pretty much has this premise about redeeming Iago. I would say it does feel a bit enforced, but when you look at the first film, you can kind of tell Iago was always kind of getting the short end of the stick. He was always kind of trying to do all these things for Jafar, and was always kind of the lackey for the sake of the plot. And I feel like the film really does try to redeem Iago, and this does remind me of how Dragon Ball Z tried to redeem Vegeta, given the fact of how Goku always seemed to kind of see a lot of himself in Vegeta. And this does remind me a bit of Davis with Ken back in Digimon Season 2, when he's kind of started to sympathize with Ken. And pretty much Jafar does return back as a dangerous threat, and is quick to kind of use Arbus to get what he wants. And yeah, still has to obey by the kind of rule of the wishes, and pretty much has him for his henchman for the sake of it. And throughout the movie, we do kind of see Aladdin being offered the position of Jafar's old job, and we kind of see Aladdin stepping on everyone's bad sides when he does see some good in Iago. And pretty much with the film itself is that it's meant to show that Iago's not really a bad guy, just meant to kind of make some bad decisions. And this does kind of remind me a bit of Digimon Season 2, when Davis tried to encourage everyone that Ken was a good guy, and Yoli was a bit more open against it, which does remind me a bit with the Sultan and Jasmine. And yeah, once again, we do have Genie returning, and unfortunately isn't voiced by Robin Williams, instead voiced by Dan Castellaneta, also known for voicing Homer Simpson in The Simpsons, and also known for voicing Arnold's grandpa in Hey Arnold. And I have to admit that he isn't a bad choice in voicing Genie, because he still has that same charm to Robin Williams and knows how to keep the performance live and going. I think the only real downside of the film is that it does feel like Jafar's thrown in as a villain again, and really doesn't do anything big, epic, and all that. And I do feel Iago's redemption works slightly, but it does feel like it's a bit enforced. But I get it, the film was meant to redeem Iago. And I know that, yeah, the movie at the end was supposed to kind of open up to the potential TV show, which they do. And pretty much I would say that, yeah, with Arbus, he's meant to be the dumb, bumbling villain, and does kind of show up for the TV series in a few episodes. So, in other words, promoted from direct-to-video movie villain to TV show villain. And even in the Hercules TV show, you do see Jafar again teaming up with Hades, which does kind of remind me a bit of an old Power Rangers movie plot. So, I do feel the movie does have some rememberable songs, like Second Best, also Forget About Him, and other things. And they still bring up references to the first film quite well, and still having some of the soundtracks from the film. So, to me, the movie is kind of alright. It's not the best out there, and I think you can tell the creators of Aladdin knew this, as they still wanted to carry on the story of Aladdin, and to kind of continue what happened afterwards. So I think the movie deserves thumbs in the middle. Kind of alright, but kind of okay. So, Comic Reviewer here, signing out.